Oh, you just pressed play on This Week with Drunk Astrology. My name is Graham Breitenstein. I'm your astrologer and the creator of Drunk Astrology. If you're looking for someone to make astrology make sense to you and for you, well, my friend, you have come to the right place. Here on this podcast, we discuss the weekly cosmic weather. And when we break it down, we break it down. I believe that astrology can be used as a tool to inform your daily decisions and enhance your day-to-day life. So if you're ready to have a hell of a lot of fun with astrology, make some strategic decisions, and to just keep it real, well, that journey starts right now. Oh my gosh, you've made it. You made it to the other side of one of the most intense, crazy, wild, unexpected weeks. That is worthy of celebration. Wow. Welcome to the podcast for the week of November 14th through the 20th, 2022. We are coming down, folks. We are almost at the end of eclipses. If you hang on till next week, when we have that Sagittarius new moon, we wrap up eclipse season and its wild and craziness. And of course, you know, the eclipse events can take some time, right? We have to get reacquainted with ourselves, our relationships, our work, our money, our establishment, our structure. We have to readjust and get acquainted to a new set of guidelines, a new set of boundaries, and just ways of being. But you've made it to one of the most sweet, expansive, lucky weeks that we have this year. And, you know, you might be feeling like, well, it better because I deserve it after everything that's been coming up for me and everything that's been growing, changing, melting, ending, all of the above. And for if you're listening and you had one hell of a week, well, then you've earned it, right? We all have, and now we get to sit with that. And we get to grow this week. The planetary growth spurt is here. This week has so many just juicy, electric, flowy, collaborative, juicy, just like, oh gosh, like sweet, ripe watermelon, just goodness to it. So if you are feeling a bit depleted, defeated, and just downright over it, then this week I want you to make the effort to come out of that, and I want you to combat that this week, because what is available to you and to everyone is just like getting what you want. And that requires effort, right? Like, we are co-creating with the universe. So it's not just like aspects happen and then things happen to us. No, we are co-creating. So what you give to the universe, what you put out, the energy that you are putting out in the world will be met and will be matched this week, especially. This is one of the most lovely weeks. Listen, from a moon standpoint, we've got some energy and some aspects, but from the planetary component, which really just dominates this week, the planets are illuminating. They are just lighting us up, and they are pushing us out of our comfort zone in a sweet way, in a way that really adds to your life, that adds some zest, that adds some love, that adds some positivity, some optimism. And I think we all need it now. Now, let me just say this before I move on. I am pre-recording this podcast on Monday, November 7th, because next Sunday, well, when you're listening to this on Sunday the 13th or beyond, I will actually be traveling. I typically record on Sundays and post the same day. So I do not know the events of last week, okay, at this time, the moment of this recording. So for me, right now, tomorrow's election day, and there's a lot of Uranus aspects. It is the day of the Taurus lunar eclipse, full moon, ending cycles, illuminating cracks in the foundation, okay? That's what these eclipses are doing. Taurus, earth, foundation, structures, full moons, illuminating, ending cycles, climactic ends. So this is the energy that we still carry into this week, and we're going to have a quarter moon this week that really just highlights and kind of, ruptures the eclipse in a way. Just it brings up something that is being illuminated to you. And this is also shining lights on the Saturn-Uranus square that finally this week pulls far enough away for me. Okay, we get them 3 degrees apart, and that is going to lift some of this foundational, like, earthquake energy, like where you feel like, oh my God, I feel like the foundation of my life, I just feel like it's just one big earthquake. I feel like nothing is on solid ground. That is partly Mars retrograde to blame in Gemini. Everything is like a question right now. Everything is, well, it could be this or it could be that. There's a lot of variety happening, and those of us, I'm a earth dominant person. I like to know my variables, but those of us that are like that, we're really being challenged right now. And, we're being challenged to explore our options and to not get married to one thing, to not settle on one thing, but to really explore and to just live curious. And even if these eclipses are, rupturing things, or they already have ruptured something in your life that you just feel discombobulated and confused and all of that, the idea is to get curious about it, to, if you're in pain, to talk to it and to ask it questions. If you're in joy and excitement, then talk to your joy, talk to your excitement. How do I prolong this feeling? How do I stay living in joy and stay living in excitement? If you're in sorrow, maybe that's due to grief. Talk to your grief, talk to your sorrow. Personify it. This is where my English literature degree comes in. Like, that's what I learned. That's what I really took away from all the books I read and all the papers I wrote and the essays, to actually talk to these feelings as if they are, real, tangible, and, next to you or facing you. And you can discover a lot when you tap into that kind of experimentation. Just from an intellectual standpoint, like, what would it be like if I talked to my pain? What would my pain say to me? Interesting. And the reason that I want you to do that, or that I want to challenge you out of any kind of defeat, or anguish, or just like exhaustion this week, is because what is available to you is just so sweet, and it is so lucky, and it's just so riveting and exciting, and you deserve it. Right? You're listening to this, and if you share this with someone who doesn't listen normally, but share it with them, you deserve it. If you're listening to this, what the energy of that is available to you this week is something that you deserve. This is a really nice, expansive energy that, if tapped and taken advantage of, you can see some powerful things take place. Okay, so that being said, that's the overall vibe. I've really dubbed this week the planetary growth spurt, because now it's just like, oh, okay, now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right, this is that week. Like, we really are gearing up to that Sag new moon that really just ends eclipses, and just now, we can see like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, the end is near. I can smell comfort and security. I can smell optimism. I'm beginning to feel like, oh, things are working for me. They're working in my favor. They are this week. They're working in your favor. So let me say this. Even if you get a no in some way, shape, or form this week, or something that you have to adjust, know that's working for you, right? If something doesn't land for you this week and you're like, hey, Graham said this was going to be the perfect week and a lucky week. Well, this is me letting you know that if somehow you get a no this week, any kind of no, that is so in your favor and so not what was meant for you and what's not right for you. And I want you to carry that with confidence. Anything that doesn't work, just know without a doubt that is for you, not to you. Okay? And that no is going to turn into a bigger yes than you even thought. Like that you might not even be thinking about what the yes even looks like. Okay? So anything that does land, know that it has planetary blessings all over it. All right? You have fairy dust, you have fairy magic, you have angel magic, you have guide, love, and support, and it is you're going to see. You're going to see. You're going to see. And why? Let me just give you the astrological reason as to why this is so. Venus, Mercury, and the Sun all have lucky trines to Jupiter. Okay, that is just sweet sauce on top of sweet sauce on top of sugar syrup. That is like what you want. What else you might add? Yeah, there's more. There's not just those lucky trines. We have the nodes direct, Wednesday through Monday. The 16th through the 21st, the nodes are direct. So on top of the good luck charm of all the planetary aspects this week, now we have the nodes that say fated handshakes, fated meetings, fated conversations, fated proposals. Everything is hey, you tapped into your destiny. Yep, forward motion. It's yes energy. It's just, even if it's a no, that no is for you. That is a destined no, because there is a bigger yes that you might not have even considered right now. Okay? Then we have Venus and Mercury both entering Sagittarius this week. So they both get a little zesty, a little spicy. Mercury Sag is like, you might overspeak. You might, you need to ask before giving your opinion. You need to ask somebody, do you just want like an ear, or do you want my opinion, or do you want advice, or do you just kind of want to vent? Okay, Sag Mercury really needs that because they are very sharp-tongued and very just, tell the truth, tell it like it is. This is what it is. And not everyone vibes with that kind of energy. Not everyone's truths are the same, right? I mean, there's fundamental truths, but then there's like, your truth is your opinion, not fact. And, that's where Sagittarius Mercury people can get themselves in trouble. Now, Venus and Sag, love is all about adventure. It is all about spontaneity, and it's all about who you can grow with. Who's willing to learn by trial and error, right? Venus and Sag is like, well, let's try it. What the hell do I care? Like, yeah, if you're down to try it, I'm down to try it. You're down to go on this road trip? Yeah, sure. Why not? First date, sure. Not saying that that's always the right thing to do. Do your recon, folks. Make sure you are make sure you're assessing out anybody you're doing that with. But like, this is really a grandiose energy to put on love and money and to go big. This is go big or go home energy. with Venus and Sag. She is just, she's adding, like, we're getting out of the swamp. Okay, we're getting out of Venus and Scorpio. We're getting out of Mercury and Scorpio. We're getting out of the deep, murky waters. And now we're shooting that arrow, that archer's arrow, to the sun. So we're getting basked in warmth and light and energy, fire. We're going out of water to fire. So now we get that we get the cosmic defibrillator, okay? Where you rub the two things together and clear, boom. Clear, boom. Okay? We're getting that. Love is getting that. Communication is getting that kind of jolting energy. And don't we just want that? Don't we just need that? And then next week, the sun's going to enter Sag. And then we're going to just really be like, yes, temperatures are cooling down here in the northern hemisphere, but, we're heating up. We're getting a little more spicy. And Sag is ruled by Jupiter, which is the grand optimist. So, and just lover of all things growing. And what's my E word? Expansion. Yeah? So at least, the very least, I want you active this week because I want you to tap into this energy that is available to you, this shift that is happening in the collective with Venus and Mercury leaving Scorpio and getting into Sagittarius. It is just like, it's like a welcomed whoosh. And I want you to feel that, and I want you to tap into that, and I don't want you to miss that, because at the same time, these lucky trines are happening peppered throughout the week. The nodes are direct Wednesday through Monday of next week. That is like, whoa. And we have Mercury plus the Sun sextile Pluto this week. That is just forward motion with authority figures, power dynamics, and coupled with all this Jupiter energy this week, that's all about expanding and growing and trying and thinking big, go home. Coupled with that, this is like exciting things happening with powerful people that can really like take you. Pluto can be like someone that you have a deep amount of respect for. It could be a mentor. It could be a colleague. It could be a boss that you're friends with. But this is collaborative energy that's exciting. You might feel a little out of your wheelhouse. You might feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's unknown territory. That's an option with the sextile. But it's forward motion. It's driving you forward. And just because you don't know the outcome, or just because you haven't done this before, or just because it's, you're a little uncomfortable, you are so supported by the rest of the cosmos this week. It's insane. Like this week and next week are just they're my favorite weeks, because it is the energy that we need and the energy that we deserve. And by God, if I haven't made it clear yet, you have to get out and tap into the potential of this week. Okay? Because even if you get some sort of no, you try again. You dust yourself off and you try again, because that no serves your greater purpose. Ooh, y'all don't want me. I'm the celestial sermon is real this week. I feel like I have to drive it home, I feel like I got to get you out of your comfort zone this week. I got to get you off the couch, out of your room, out of your desk, out of your car, out of anywhere where you're like hibernating and tucked in, and I got to get you out. I want you out into the world. You can send an email from a coffee shop. You can rent a room somewhere, at a co-working space, like a WeWork or something, and do your Zoom meetings. You can get your team together and, do something expansive together, right? Enough of isolating yourself, enough of being down in the dumps, enough. I want to see you grow and expand, and this is the week that you can do it. Okay, even if it's just incremental, even if it's just just something. But this week, I want you out of your norm. and I want you to push. I want you to push your own envelope. I want you to push past your limits. Some limits that you've self-imposed, right? If it's something where you're self-doubting, like if self-doubt and worry is winning, then tell that shit to shut the F up and go. Okay? Go for your dreams. That is this type of week, okay? I want you going for your dreams. And you can thank me later. You can thank me later. Okay? This is my job. This is my job to get you to tap into the energy of the cosmos. And this is your job. This is my job to tell you, and then your job is to run with it. And this week, I want you to run with it. And I want you to try something you've never tried before. I want you to shift your perspective. If you've been stuck in anything, if it's love, if it's money, if it's work, if it's anything unfulfilling, if it's sex, if it's relationships, if it's your family, if it's a dynamic, I do not care what it is. I want you to try something new. If you overspeak and overcompensate, then baby, do the opposite. Let the cards fall where they may. See what that is. We are still in eclipse energy. We still have wild energy until we get to next week. So some of you still, and when we talk about the self-care of the week this week, you're really going to understand what I'm saying. And really the message for the week. So make sure, if you don't know that I do this, make sure you stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to give you the self-care message for the week that came through on my Oracle deck. And it has to do with this like eclipse type of energy. And last but not least, we have Mars retrograde with having his second square to Neptune. Now, this isn't necessarily a part of the planetary growth spurt energy. It's not. But this is another one of the highlights of the week. It happens on Saturday the 19th, and it's scrambled signals energy. Mars retrograde in Gemini is, he's got a Mercury undertone, right? Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So we have a little bit of like a Mercury retrograde energy to this Mars retrograde, like we've talked about before. But this square to Neptune is really the overarching energy during this entire season with Mars retrograde. From the pre-shadow to now in the retrograde until mid-January, and then in the post-shadow from January to March. This square to Neptune is trying to clear through the fog. It is clarity on my strategy. That's what this Mars retrograde is doing. So the reason that we are being asked to explore all of our options is because Mars is trying to figure it out. And until you explore, and until you try something different, until you try something new on for size, until you do that, you're not gonna get the clarity that Mars is looking for with Neptune. Okay, so he's done this once before, so you can go back to October 11th, and you can look and say, okay, give it a day or two, go back to like October 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, around there. But just look around that time of October 11th and see what was unclear to me then. What was I trying to figure out? This is why I encourage everyone to write things down. Like I don't keep like a journal per se, but my planner, bottom half is astrology aspects, and the top half is my day-to-day. Who did I talk to? What was I thinking? What was I feeling? Did I have a headache? Oh, look, the moon was in my first house, squaring Saturn. Oh, there, yep, had a headache that day. You can go back and just kind of, you start anticipating because you're staying tuned with the cycles. But go back then, and hopefully you have some sort of way of like writing things down so that you can remember, or go check your calendar and look, what meetings were you having, and just go back and evaluate that time and just see what felt like it was unclear. Did you feel super sleepy? Were you just like, nothing makes sense to me right now because I'm so tired, or that I'm just exhausted, or I'm emotional, I'm upset? Who'd you talk to? Who did you not talk to, but maybe you should have, or you wanted to? This is taking us back. This is now the second chapter of this Mars-Neptune square. Okay? And then he's going to have his third and final all the way March 14th of 2023. So this is why this energy is lasting us for a long time, from September through March. We're in the Mars retrograde story, and his story is being dominated by this square to Neptune. And this is what I will say. Whatever you don't have figured out just yet, you will figure it out. You just need to tap into your curious thinking mind and explore all avenues. Okay? That's the idea. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's do the moons. I talked a lot, and oh my gosh, it's 25 minutes already. Okay, let's get to the moons. We open the week Monday, November 14th with the Cancer moon going void at 2:41 a.m. That is Pacific Standard Time, so make sure you adjust for your time zones. Cancer moon goes void with a trine to Jupiter, so that means the Cancer moon over the weekend is expansive and growing on the home front and connecting with people on a deeper level, deepening relationships, deepening partnerships, and just good, lucky, warm, fuzzy vibes. At 4:48 a.m. on Monday, the moon enters Leo. It's in Leo all day the 15th and Wednesday the 16th, going void at 3:55 p.m. with a square to Mercury. So Leo moons, hard on their sleeve, creative, excited, joyful, just a big old jubilee type of energy, but going void with a square to Mercury. There is, some kind of, you might, just keep in mind that when you're communicating, there's what you want and then there's what someone else wants. Manage expectations. Be clear about what it is you want, and ask for clarity if you're in some kind of dynamic that's, that someone's not being forthcoming or just like, whatever you're trying to communicate, or if, you're in a work situation. Like, this really is like, okay, it's a little tense. The environment's a little tense. Like, I feel like we could do a better job. Why don't we each define what our expectations are and say, yes, this is possible. No, this isn't, and move on. Right. So it's like work with whoever, because this is a lot to do with communication. So, just collaborate with whatever comes up under that Leo moon. Then at 5:04 p.m. on Wednesday the 16th, the moon enters Virgo. Time to get ish done. Okay, Virgo moons love task making, list making, do under a Virgo moon. If you don't have a list, start a list and just prioritize. That's the idea. The Virgo moon has a square to Venus on Wednesday the 16th, so that's just, she will be in Sag by that point. So, you just want to watch, there's Virgo criticism, and then there's Sagittarius bigness, and sometimes the two, don't get along, so there could be a little stress within a relationship or partnership Wednesday night. The moon's in Virgo all day Thursday the 17th, and the Virgo moon on Friday the 18th just has, a beautiful trine to Uranus and a beautiful trine to Pluto. Other than that, there are three adjusting aspects. So, the Virgo moon on Friday definitely gets a lot done, and it's positive and it's forward moving, but it does have some adjusting. It does have a little bit of like, let's get clear on what it is and what it's not. Let's define our terms. And the Virgo moon on Saturday the 19th goes void at 12:47 a.m. opposite to Jupiter. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to get done, and there's a lot to be put out on under that Virgo moon from Wednesday night through just after midnight Saturday the 19th. Then at 2:58 a.m. on the 19th, the moon enters Libra, has lovely aspects to Mercury and Venus that day. Libra moon on Sunday, the 20th, has just gorgeous trine to Saturn, trine to Mars, and then some adjustments there, here and there. But man, what a great energy that is. And on the 21st, the Libra moon goes void at 3:14 a.m. with a square to Pluto. So separative, stress within power dynamics. Power dynamics can be like your parent and you, your boss and you, someone that you highly respect, a mentor. So there's a little bit of like tension in relationships under that Libra moon, but some sweet aspects, while you're at it. But the overall is a little bit of a separation. Okay, planetary aspects. So Monday, Mercury has his sextile to Pluto. So there's great news, great conversations with those authority figures. There is also Sun trine Neptune. So watery, dreamy, juicy, just yes, yes, yes energy. Creative, tap into the stars, tap into your inner mystic. Really think about like your belief systems, right? Like Sun's in Scorpio still, Neptune's in Pisces. The two just love each other, those energies. So dreamy, creative, your belief systems, but really be feeling aligned with like your spirit and your soul body in your human body. On Tuesday, whoop, 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 Venus has the trine to Jupiter at 1:36 a.m. This is luck, 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 be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck, be a lady tonight. Okay, you're welcome. I was in high school show choir. Louisville Male High School, class of 03. Okay, I'm done. I'm really excited this week. Can you tell? The Sun has a quincunx to Mars on Tuesday, which is an adjustment of strategy. Just working through. Like Venus is trying Jupiter, right? There's the good luck charm. But now it's like when it comes to strategy, might need a little, might have to adjust a little bit. Venus enters Sagittarius at 10:09 p.m. And this is the day that the Saturn-Uranus square dissipates. Okay, so we get some relief here from that earth-shattering earthquake energy. Wednesday, the 16th, the moon has 6 aspects. So Wednesday's a very busy day, but it is also the day that Mercury has his trine to Jupiter. So just lucky news, lucky communications. This is the first day of the week that the nodes are direct. So if you have something to say, to propose, to pitch, then baby, send that ish. I mean, this week, just in general, you can send it on Monday if you want, as long as the moon isn't void, which it's not. I mean, it goes into Leo at 4:48 a.m. This every day this week. Every day this week. Yeah, I said it. Every day this week. Because you can send it on Monday and then, hear back on Wednesday, right? So I don't want you to get married to, but if you have something that you want to pitch and you're trying to feel like, I need a little more time, Wednesday's the day to do it. Wednesday through Monday, because, everything else is just so nice. We also have at 5:27 a.m. on Wednesday the 16th a Leo quarter moon at 24 degrees 10 minutes. So you're going to find 24 degrees of Leo in your chart. There's a quarter moon, which is tugging on that lunar eclipse from last week, saying what needs to go, what was illuminated, what cracks in the foundation, and now let's find the in-between for what you want and someone else wants, or redefine expectations. What needs to be said, what needs to be created, what needs to be done, and put out, right? Leo energy is great because it's ruled by the sun and it's super jovial and positive and creative. But what is created has a responsibility to also be shared with the collective. So it's like, what do you need to say? What do you need to put out? Or what do you need to hear back is kind of the energy, and finding the balance there. Like, don't get stuck. Leo is a fixed fire sign, so don't get stuck in like, well, this is what I want. Just try to find that common ground. Let's see, on Thursday the 17th, Mercury enters Sagittarius at 12:42 a.m. So that's where you start having to say, like, okay, I'm feeling really energetic now, but I also need to watch my tongue. And I also need to ask people, do you want a shoulder to cry on, or do you want advice? And also, nodes are direct. Friday, busy day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aspects with the Virgo moon, but also we have the sun sextile Pluto at 1:38 p.m. So Mercury had his on Monday. Now the sun comes and just illuminates and blesses the situation that probably began on Monday, or it's a continuation of the story. Saturday the 19th, Mars retrograde square Neptune. We've already talked about that's at 7:43 a.m. Watch for scrambled signals, but just know you will figure out whatever you are unsure about around those dates. October 11th, November 19th, and, well, coming March 14th, 2023. You will likely have everything you need to know by mid-March next year. Then on Sunday, ding, 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 ding. It's like 7, 7, 7. Let's go. 7 across the boards on the pool, the gambling. What's that called? You're probably yelling at me right now, depending on where you're listening to this. What's the thing? You pull the lever and you get 777 jackpot. Whatever that thing is called. Sun trine Jupiter at 8:07 p.m. Sunday. That even goes into Monday. So, and just keep in mind, the nodes are direct also through Monday. So that Sun trine Jupiter is just a lovely thing. And also we have a Mercury-Venus conjunction next Monday. You guys, it's just, these are the 2 weeks. These are the 2 weeks. Please listen to me and get the hell out of your zone and out of your norm and just go do. Just go do, okay? Go do. Oh, my God. Enough's enough. Oh, my God. I'm at 35 minutes. Okay, self-care of the week is card number 51, sync with the moon. So this is a week where you absolutely, that's why I broke down the energy of the week with like the Leo moon. It's super creative, but needs to keep in mind what's how what you want affects others, and what's the interplay between what you want and what someone else wants from you or for you. Expectations. It's a great time to just define expectations. Virgo moon, task, get things done. Libra moon, all about relationships. So what's the moon doing right now? We're in the full moon phase, the lunar eclipse phase, which I have been telling you is do less, receive more. Okay? Because you're creating space. So to be in sync with the moon this week, I need you to still continue to make space for yourself, for your loved ones, to just sit with the energy of the now, okay? And then we have that quarter moon, which I'm going to read from my little guidebook here from the Self-Care Oracle. Connect with the natural world and let your awareness be drawn to the divine beauty of life's cycles and timelines. This is why I encourage you guys to write things down as you go, because it's all connected. Whether it's a planetary aspect or a lunar aspect, everything is connected, okay? So this is what it says. Throughout this moon cycle, track how you are feeling. Notice how your energy waxes and wanes and how your sexual appetite fluctuates. Also, if you are female and in your bleeding years, track the moon phase that's present when your menstrual cycle begins and ends. This is a beautiful exercise to do over the long term so that you can see more trends in how your cycles relate to those of the moon. Be sure to keep an eye out for a local moon gathering you can join, or if there isn't one in your area, host your own. Journal prompt. After spending a month tracking your energetic, sexual, and other cycles throughout the moon phases, what has been illuminated for you? And I will even just go off of that and say, what's been illuminated for you since October? Specifically mid-October, when we had the Aries full moon that launched us into eclipse season. What's been illuminated? What cracks in the foundation are you aware of now? And now, how do you move forward? Right? So for now, we're in such a cosmic energy of go and grow, but we're also at the same time, this is like this sweet sense of balance. Because eclipses, we're waning out of eclipses, but we're still in it. So we're being in sync with the moon by saying, I'm not gonna force something, because right now is not the time to force something that isn't already naturally taking place. But I am going to push myself and challenge my own limitations and challenge my own thoughts and belief systems around what I am actually capable of. because you're capable of so much. And I see that for you. And I know that for you. Because if you keep coming back and listening to this podcast, you know that I encourage every single one of my clients, my listeners, everybody to keep growing and to grow past your own limitations. They're just self-inflictions. That's not meant for you. That's not meant for you at all. You're meant to surpass your own limitations. And I'm going to help you do it. Okay. I love you. And I will see you on social media and all around. Keep coming back to this if you need a little energetic boost. And send this to someone that you think and that you know needs it. I got y'all. If you're not on the Cosmic News Train, the Drunk Astrology newsletter, hit that link in the show notes. You get horoscopes like this in your inbox, catered to you and your sign. All right, I'm done. Love you long time. Bye. This is Graham Breitenstein, and you've been listening to This Week with Drunk Astrology. If you want to follow Drunk Astrology, head to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and hit that follow button. And if you want to learn how to put astrology in motion for you, head to drunkastro.com and get on the insider list. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Google platforms. Tune in next week for yet another opportunity to work in sync with the stars. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.